What up? What up? Running back week 5 waiver wire edition. Let's go. I'm your host with the most. I got 8 running backs to talk about here. 7, I'll say pick up. The first guy here, Mr. Jeremy McNichols. 0% rostered. More about me taking a victory lap than anything because he's only useful if Austin Eckler is not going to be there. And you look at his game without those 2 touchdowns, he would have only had 6 points, but he had 2 touchdowns. And if you listened to me and picked him up randomly, check this out. This was from Sunday. If you were here live, you saw it. Yeah, guys, and you want a sneaky running back play today, it's Jeremy McNichols. Remember that I told you this. He's taking the Austin Eckler role today. Next guy here, I'm not super excited about, but Tank Bigsby, him getting 9 points, 7 attempts, 90 yards, cracked off a couple big ones. They got the Colts next week. ETN, a little banged up. He's more insurance than anything right now. We got bye weeks that are going down right now. The Eagles, the Chargers, the Titans, the Lions. Like, you might need to pick up someone like this just to randomly play and hope he maybe gets 10. So yeah, he's only 11% rostered. If you are hurting for a squirting, go get Tank Bigsby. And man, the running backs, it's ugly. I have 8 of them, and I'm saving the best 3 for last. But it's ugly along the way. So I put these guys in order of their availability. Jeremy McNichols, 0% rostered. Tank Bigsby, 11% rostered. I told you it's very ugly. It is just different levels of ugly because we got Antonio Gibson here next. And Stevenson, dude, like, he looks like Brucey from The Longest Yard out there.
It slipped. I just ate popcorn.
What's going on, man? Like, every time I see him fumble the ball, I think about Brucey. I know I shouldn't eat that popcorn.
Hi.
That's why. Now sit down and shut up.
Like, literally, like, what the hell is going on? And so Antonio Gibson, we might have to pick him up.
Pick him up!
17% rostered, so readily available. The thing that we like about him the most this week, going up against the Dolphins, and the Dolphins give up a lot of points to the running backs. So that's why he's on my list this week. My next guy here, 23% rostered. It's going to piss a lot of you Bijan managers off, man. Tyler Allgeier cracks double digits, 60 yards on the ground, 20 yards through the air, 2 receptions. We got a lot of bye weeks. I said it before. I'll say it again. We got 4 teams on bye this week. You got guys like Saquon on bye, even though I told you not to start Dobbins the last couple weeks. You got Dobbins on bye, Pollard. You got Gibbs and Monty both on bye in week 5. So you might have to pick up someone like Tyler Allgeier, 23% rostered. And really, most of these guys, you're just hoping that they crack like 10 points. And throwing him in there as your RB2, which might be the worst position out of all of your starters. I know in some of my leagues it's mine. So yeah, Tyler Allgeier.
Pick him up!
It is ugly. I saved my best 3 for last. Now, Bucky Irving, he might not be available in your league. He's rostered in 52% of leagues. It seems like him and Rachaad White, they're getting a very even split. And sometimes it even seems like they're giving Bucky the ball in more important situations than Rachaad White. And Rachaad White's out there looking like a bum right now, for real.
He's a bum. He was a bum then, and he's a bum now.
I know he was sick, and that was like a Saturday thing, but still. It's not like Bucky even really did that good. He did get the touchdown, though. And if he's going to be getting any kind of touchdowns, out there, more red zone work, we just like him as one of these dart throw flexes. He did only touch 12 points with getting the touchdown. So he only had 6 points outside that touchdown. And I don't want to chase like flukiness like that, but got to pick him up.
Pick him up!
Because Rachaad White, who knows? Maybe Bucky's just going to completely take over his job. We see him getting a healthy amount of snap percentage and healthy amount of touches compared to Rachaad White. So if Bucky's there, go get him. And I got 2 more guys. These guys are like my favorite pickups of the week. He's rostered in 52% of leagues, so he's probably not available in your league. Now, this one is not going to be efficient. More of a volume play. Kareem Hunt, rostered in 36% of leagues. It's crazy because like most of these guys that I mentioned, Kareem Hunt is way more rostered than these guys. The only thing really to talk about from his game this past week is 69 yards on the ground,
69, dudes.
Carson Steele, he fumbled, and they never put him back in. And Kareem Hunt ran with it. He did just good enough. What? Not 10 points. Whoop-de-fucking-do. And so we just got to hope that his volume goes up and up, because he got 16 touches and he only got 10 points. So this is just the hope and the prayer that the Chiefs are going to get better. And now with like Rice out, that guys like Kareem Hunt are going to have to step up. But yeah, the Chiefs, they're all in shambles right now. Last guy to mention here, Mr. Justice Hill. He's only 14% rostered. I talked about him in week 1, said he was going to be like a stash, and he has been until like this week. 21 points. He got the touchdown, 6 receptions for 78 yards. Really, we just got to think about this from if the Ravens are going to be going up against a high-powered offense like the Buffalo Bills, like the Kansas City Chiefs in the first couple weeks. They didn't really have to do too much against the Vegas and the Cowboys. Even though they lost against Vegas, they were probably not thinking of them as a high-power offense. But Justice Hill, dude, look at the amount of receptions that they were giving him. Cincinnati, I don't know if they're going to be considered a high-powered offense from the Ravens, but Washington feel like they got to be considered that way. So even if you don't start Justice Hill this week, you have to pick him up.
Pick him up!
And use him in certain situations. There's 4 teams on bye this week. I'm going to mention it again before we get out of here for this video. Eagles, Chargers, Titans, Lions. So come on, pick them up.
Pick him up!
We got all the other videos that are popping up right now. Go ahead and click on one of them, because they could be the guy who wins you your league that you pick up. Let's get it.